Hi there, welcome to Curiosity Cabinet. In today's video, we'll learn to read the Ilahi-type Mughal coinage. This type of coinage was introduced by Akbar and it was also continued by his son Jahangir. In the last video, we had looked at reading the king's name on the coin of Aurangzeb, and we had looked at the standard formula which persists from Aurangzeb to later rulers. Do catch that video if you missed it. We do cover the basics as well as some of the reference books which you can use to learn to read Mughal coins in that video. I'll not be repeating the information in this video, so make sure you watch that video first. Now, the Ilahi-type coinage was introduced by Akbar much later in his reign. It is not till year 32 of his reign that we see the Ilahi-type coins appear, and that is the reason why you will not come across Ilahi coins dated, let's say, year 1 or year 2. The very earliest, if I am correct, are Ilahi year 32. Now let us take a look at one of the earlier coins of Akbar before he introduced the Ilahi coinage, and this has a standard formula. We did look at it in the last video as well. So on the obverse side we have the kalima La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasul Allah, and on the reverse side here we have Alif Kaf Be Ra Akbar. So the ruler's name is here. Now this formula continued for quite a while, and then Akbar introduced a new religion called Deen Ilahi, and this introduced Ilahi type coinage corresponding with the new faith. So it was done in the 30th year of his reign, and we have a series of Ilahi coinage. Now the Ilahi calendar was divided into 12 months, and each of those months has a name which you see on the coins. So we have a series of coins which record the month of minting as well as the regional year. So this is very interesting, and these 12 months of Ilahi you can see on your screen right now, and you can encounter these in various coins of the Ilahi era. So it is worthwhile to learn to read each, and you can become familiar with each and learn to spot it in the coins. But let us look at the general formula of what an Ilahi coin looks like. So here I have a Ilahi type rupee of Akbar, and the obverse side, just as it was Kalima in his older coinage, has the motto of the Ilahi creed. Now let us trace this character by character. So here we have Alif, Lam, Lam, and then He. You can look at the alphabet charts in Valentine's book, and then you will be able to follow through the letters individually. Valentine's book, Copper Coins of India, I must add, is a free download at the Internet Archive. So even if you cannot find the printed copy locally, you should be able to download the PDF from Internet Archive free of cost. This is an out of copyright book, so there is no harm in downloading it from the Internet Archive. Now getting back to the coin, so here we have Allah, then we have Alif, Kaf, Be, and then Ra. So this is Akbar, the very same form which we saw in the emperor's name as well. And then we are going to reverse this coin. Now this formula occurs differently across different coins. On some coins the entire phrase is found on the obverse, and the reverse has the month name and the year as well as the mint. Whereas on coins such as the one I am holding, the formula is spread across the obverse and the reverse. So you have Alif, Kaf, Be, Ra, and then Allah. Now we are going to be taking a look at the reverse of this particular coin. So here we have the reverse of this coin, and the formula continues here, and we have Ja and then a lam, Jala, and then again Jim, J, and then again lam. This longish character is known as lam. It is equivalent to L. So Jala, 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 A, again alif, then again lam, and then there is a he. So Jala Jalalahu. So obverse of this coin has Allahu Akbar, God is great, and the reverse continues the phrase and ends it with Jala Jalaluhu, bright is his glory. And on top of it, and this is another characteristic of Ilahi-type coinage, so we have the phrase Ilahi itself. This again has an alif, then again a lam, he, and then the ye, the y. The terminal y is elongated, and this forms a divider across the coin. So we have the word Ilahi. Now typically to the right of Ilahi, you can have the month name, or in this instance it is the year 3 and 4. So it was stuck in the year 34 of the Ilahi era, 34 year of his reign. Let us take a look at another one. Now this one has the entire formula on the same side. So here we have alif cut off of Akbar, but let us start. We can see Allah very clearly. Alif, lam, lam, he. So we have Allahu, then we have alif of the flan here. This is going to happen very commonly across Mughal coinage. You're going to find some characters off flan, but we can clearly see it is Akbar, Akbar, Allahu Akbar, and then Jala Jalalahu, which was on the reverse side in the coin I showed you earlier, is on the obverse here. So we have Jim, Lam, Jim, Lam. Jim is the character in Persian, which is equivalent to J. So J, L, J, L, A, L, Ho. So Jale Jalalahu. And right here, very interestingly, we have the mint name. So you are going to find the, this is D, the, Dal, and then very short lam, L, H, Ye. So this is Dehli. The mint name is Delhi right here. Now let us turn this coin over, and again we can see the very first thing here is Ilahi, which divides the coin into two parts, and then on top we have got the year. So here the first character is 4. All these charts which have the digits as well as the common phrases as well as the letters, you will find very handy in Valentine's book. They are all given here. So here we have the year, and right at the bottom we have meme. This is the equivalent of M, the starting character meme, and then alif, ma, a, and then this circle which is detached, this is the H or ha. So we have mah. Mah means month. So we have got the year here, and we have got mah, month here, and then we have alif, then we have ba, then we have alif again, a, ba, a, and then we have the detached noon or the character N. So together it makes the month Aban. Recall the chart of Ilahi months. This particular month is Aban. So here we have a complete reading of the coin. We know it is stuck at Delhi. Incredible lot of information on a single coin. Let us go on and take a look at one more coin. So this is a half rupee again of Akbar. Same formula on the obverse. Allahu Akbar. Jala Jalalahu. If you can learn to recognize this even visually, just as you did with the Kalima, you can spot Ilahi-type coinage incredibly easily. Now let us go to the reverse. Now here there is a little change. In the earlier coin we had the year on top and the month below. Here it is reversed. So here we have Ilahi dividing the coin into two. On top we have the month Meher, and on bottom we have the date, which is 46. And right here again you can see the familiar word as we discussed in the last video, Zarab, which indicates that the mint name is around. So Zarab, and in this case the mint name is Kaf, Ka, Ah. The characters K and Alif are joined. This is going to be encountered across a lot of coins, so become visually familiar with it. So this is Ka, A, and then we have Be, Ba, and then again a Lam. So together we have Ka, A, Ba, La, Kabul. So this is the mint name in this case, Kabul. So it was stuck in the month of Meher in the year 46 in the mint of Kabul. Now let us take a look at some copper coins of Akbar as well, which also have Ilahi dates. Now this is the earlier coin of Akbar before Ilahi was introduced. We will do a separate video on this series, but take a look at how different it looks. The formula is that on the obverse you have the word falus. Falus means copper coin. Then we have the place of minting, and at the bottom we have the word Zarab. If you flip this coin around, the typical formula has the year of minting written out in numerals as well as spelled out. So here we have 980, and the same thing is spelled out in letters as well. But as I said, we will take a look at this deeply in another video. Right now I want you to take a look at an Ilahi-type copper coin. So this is a half dam. Here you can find again the familiar word Fa, Lu, Sa. So seen, the S is detached. Here you start reading it with Fa, A, then there is a Lam, then there is a Wow, W, Fa, Lu, and then there is Sa, Falus. And remember this form? So this is Kaf and Alif combined. This is Kaf and Alif combined. Ka, A, then we have Ba, and then we have La. So Kabul. So this gives you the place of minting. Now turn it around. Again you can see the familiar form, Ilahi. Now here the H is written very distinctly. The He of Ilahi, the H of Ilahi is written very distinctly. But other than that, the form is very familiar to you. So we have A, La, Ha, Ye, Ilahi. Interestingly, there is no month given here. You just have some decorative dots in the field. At the bottom you see 33. So this is Sana. Sanah means year. So this is just telling you it was minted in Ilahi year 33. Now let us quickly take a look at one of his son's coins. This is a rupee of Jahangir, who followed Akbar. Beautiful rupee. Now calligraphy is really very beautiful on Jahangir's coins. So as you can see here, very intricate calligraphy here. First thing to spot is Jahangir's name. Now in Persian calligraphy, you'll very rarely encounter the letters in the same form as the alphabet chart shows you. There are quite a few artistic liberties taken in terms of the lettering you see on the coins. So here you have Jah, Ha, A, the first part of Jahangir's name, has actually been made into this sword-like character dividing the coin into two. How beautifully they've done it. So the H, the H, forms the guard of the sword, and then you have a long extension before the alif comes in. So Jaha has been made into a sword-like character, beautiful sword-like character on the coin. And then you have the second part of his name, Na, then we have Gaf, which is equivalent to G, Ye and Ra, Jahangir. Now let us turn this over. We are not going to look at the entire inscription. I will do a separate video detailing out each ruler's coinage. But here we are concerned with the usual formula. So notice again the words Ilahi. Ye is elongated and divides the coin into two. And here we have Mim, Alif and a detached circle. So Mah, which is equivalent to month. After that we have the month name, in this case Mahayira, and then right at the bottom you can see little bit of a date carved in. So you can see the letters 1 and 3, and here is our familiar Zarab, indicating that the mint name is close. Then we have the letters Ka, A, B, L. So this is Kabul mint of Jahangir. So this was a little guide on reading Ilahi-type coins. Very easy series if you can become familiar with it. Learn the mint names and you can spot them easily across various coins. There is not a lot of complexity when it comes to reading Ilahi-type coinage of Akbar and Jahangir. So that's it for today. Let me know in comments what you would like me to cover in Mughal coinage, and I'd be happy to take you through it. Have a great day. See you next time. Bye.